session, we do have, oh, sorry, when something pops up, it brings me out of my presentation. I'm so sorry. Okay, back to where we're starting. So Safari Plains, we are offering a Big 5 safari experience for the guests. We do our game drives on the Greater Mabula Private Game Reserve. This is the lovely lounge and bar area. And this is our luxury suite. So we've got two room types at the lodge. We've got luxury suites that have an outdoor sala area, and they've got a thatch overhang over the tents. This is the interior. Lovely, spacious, mosquito nets, fans, air conditioning. We also have family offering, where there's a second bedroom with 2 twin beds. And this is the standard safari suite. As you can see, it does have an outdoor deck area, but there's no sala area or thatch overhang. But the interiors of both the luxury and the safari rooms are very similar. Okay, all of them come with an ensuite bathroom, separate bath and shower, and tea, coffee making facilities, and mini bar fridges. This is our dining under the stars. We do have a bush dinner venue as well, which works really well, in terms of we take the whole lodge there and do a bush dinner weather permitting. But we find it extremely popular with our corporate groups, to be able to go and have sort of a dinner off-site. We do have a conference room at Safari Plains as well, and we do recommend that that you use it for exclusive use, that you take the entire lodge or 20 tents. If you don't have 20 packs that are traveling on the conference, we can work with exclusive buyout option. But when the corporates do take the lodge exclusively, it works extremely well. They're able to do their team building, and they've got no other guests who are they have to mix with. Okay, lovely on safari picture. We do the morning and the afternoon safaris. We do take children of all ages at Safari Plains, so works extremely well with your families. We won't take small children on the normal safari. So children under the age of 5 will do a little kiddies bumble after breakfast, but children from the age of 6 years and older will join the normal safaris. We do have the family tent option with the second bedroom. And I think what makes Safari Plains quite unique in terms of the family offering is that we do have a child rate that runs from the age of 6 right through to 18 years. So great value for money for families traveling with teenagers. Here's some pictures of that have been taken on the Mabula Private Game Reserve. So we are offering Big 5. We also have cheetah and a wild dog as well. Okay, moving on to Mabula Game Lodge. So Safari Plains and Mabula Game Lodge, they are in the same area, just outside of Bella Bella. So a really comfortable 2-hour drive from Johannesburg. So Mabula Game Lodge, we offer 3 types of accommodation. We've got our entry-level bush time rooms. And then in February 2020, we refurbished our lodge rooms. So what you're looking at now is our refurbished suite. We do have 3 suites. They are upstairs with a lovely private balcony area. And we do have a sleeper couch, so we can do 2 adults and 2 children. We also have superior rooms, which have a sleeper couch for families as well. And then we have just superior rooms that can accommodate 2 adults. It's quite important to remember that at Mabula Game Lodge, all of the rooms have a slightly different layout. So we're not a hotel in the bush where the rooms are absolutely identical, but all of the furnishings in the rooms, all of the bathrooms are the same. It's just the actual layout of the room that differs slightly. Okay, I think what makes Mabula quite popular, certainly with family groups traveling together, your corporate market as well, is the variety of dining areas and activities that you can do at the property. We've got a lovely outdoor Boma area, which is the picture you're seeing now. And we do a Boma dinner 3 times a week, weather permitting. But if you've got corporate leisure or conference groups, they can opt to do, a Boma as a private dinner option. We also have a bush dinner site as well, a lovely restaurant area where breakfast, lunch, and dinner is served. But there's also an outdoor terrace area where guests can eat if they want to be outdoors. Lots of space for children to run around. My son Owen, he adores Mabula. It's his happy place. He always asks, when are we going back to Mabula? So great family offering. But we've also seen over the last couple of years with COVID, we've seen an increase in the number of couples that we've had come and stay at Mabula. I don't have a picture, but we've actually got another little venue. It's called the Bird Tower, which is near the Boma. It's up some stairs. It can basically accommodate 2 people having lunch or private dinner. And we've actually had a couple of people who've had or been proposed to there, which is really nice. So Mabula also has really nice conference facilities. I'm going to show you a picture of 2 of the rooms. We do have a 3rd room, which works really nicely for your small meetings or as a boardroom. But this is the Marula room. And, we can do up to 30 delegates in U-shape seating. Nice and open with natural light coming in. And we also have an outdoor area next to it that we can do the tea and coffee breaks. Then we have our larger venue, the Kingfisher Room, where we can do up to 70 delegates U-shape, also with a lovely sort of outdoor area for the tea and coffee breaks. And again, what's making Mabula really, well, it's for the family in its activity offering. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. So we've got quad bikes and we've got horseback safaris. I just love that picture. I don't know if you can see the little girl. She's actually got her thumbs up. So our horseback safaris are suitable for smaller children, obviously with adult supervision. You don't have to be an experienced rider. I've been told that I could do it with ease, and I think the last time I was on a horse was 30 years ago. So a great additional activity that guests can do during the day, along with we've got the spa at Mabula. We've also got a spa at Safari Plains. Guests who are staying at Safari Plains are able to book the horseback and the quad bike safaris as well. Okay, on Safari, we do, like Safari Plains, we've got our morning and afternoon safari that guests can enjoy on the private game reserve. And I think the benefits of being on a private game reserve in this area is you're getting fantastic game viewing, but you're not in a national park. So, we don't have any other vehicles other than the vehicles that, traverse the reserve, the Mabula Game Lodge, the Kwafabezi, and Safari Plains. Okay, picture of our lovely lions from the male lions. We've actually got lion cubs at the moment. Well, Janice, they're probably about 2 or 3 months old now. And they're just the cutest, absolute cutest. And this is on Safari, Sundowner Stop at Christmas Hill. And I've included this picture because this reserve is really magnificent. It's, and it's this particular spot in the reserve for sundowners, it's not that clear in the picture, but you're actually looking down and up onto the Waterberg Mountains, and you can see the sun is starting to set. Great option for your corporates. Our conference packages, both at Mabula and Safari Plains, do include a complimentary safari, 1 safari per day. And it's really nice for the corporates after a day spent in a conference room to get onto the safari vehicles, head out into the bush. We can do a group sundowner stop, Christmas Hill. We've also got another lovely spot in the reserve where people can climb up a little koppie and see lovely views while the sun is setting. Okay, I'm moving on to Kwafabezi Tented Safari Camp. I call it the hidden gem. I love it. It's small, it's intimate, it's not luxurious, but it's really, really comfortable. And with only 5 tents, it really is it's a great spot either for a group of friends traveling together or family traveling, or even just for couples. It's relaxed, it's small, it's intimate. The tents are extremely comfortable. They've got an ensuite bathroom with a bath and a shower in the bath. And it's completely unfenced. So you really do feel like you are sort of so close to the nature when you're staying at Kwafabezi. Okay, moving on to the Welgevonden. So this is the last of our lodges in Limpopo, and Clifftop is just stunning. The Welgevonden Private Game Reserve is magnificent. It's so unique. The landscape is just really not anything I've ever seen at any other reserves in South Africa, and great game viewing, big 5 game viewing. So as the name suggests, we are literally on top of a cliff. We've got 8 suites that all have magnificent views down into the Sterkstroom River. And you'll often see how they get up there, I don't know. You'll often see elephants that are up on the hill opposite the lodge. As you can see, I don't know if it's clear, but behind sort of main lodge area, you'll see we do have 2 helicopter landing pads. Guests can fly into the Welgevonden. There is an airstrip at Main Gate. Guests who are self-driving to Clifftop would arrive at the East Gate entrance, which is the first entrance into Welgevonden. And from there, our guides pick up the guests and transport them to the lodge. The guests would leave their vehicle, park their vehicles at the East Gate. It's 24-hour security and perfectly safe for them to leave their vehicles there. Part of our important information that gets sent out when you make a booking is that, the guests do give the lodge sort of an estimated time of arrival, and that they also, telephone them as they come in through Modemole, so that the lodge has somebody waiting for them at the gate. This is a picture of the main guest area. We do have a swimming pool at the main guest area, but all of the suites do come with their own private plunge pools. You'll see in the background, we had set up for a table for a romantic dinner. Clifftop is so well suited to your honeymooners. We get a lot of repeat guests coming through to Clifftop. A lot of people celebrating wedding anniversaries, birthdays, honeymoons, proposals, and I really can recommend it as a destination for South African residents as well as international. So here's our wine cellar, where we often do romantic dinners for 2. We do have a boardroom at Clifftop. So we've had a couple of corporate groups come through, small corporate executive sort of strat sessions, and they've loved it. It's, they take the lodge out exclusively, and, it really is quite sort of an upmarket experience, for your senior management and executives to come away to. So these are the suites. You've got a massive outdoor deck area. You've got your private plunge pool, an outdoor shower, lovely areas, seating areas that you can relax. And then this is the inside of your suite. So Clifftop is very unique in its decor, and we did a refurbishment last year, March. We did a massive refurbishment in the rooms. We replaced all of the softs. We put new lighting. We redid the baths, but we kept the same iconic sort of look and feel, which is sort of the silver and the grey. Okay, great viewing in Velgevonden. It is a big 5 safari experience. And, you know, as I said, it's a very unique reserve with lovely sort of terrain and a great experience. I think everybody needs to go to the Velgevonden, you know, at least once in their lifetime. I love this picture, that little elephant, so cheeky. So pleased that it's been the center of attention with all those people wanting to take its photo. Okay, moving on to Kruger National Park. So now we come to our sort of Mpumalanga Kruger offering. We've got 3 stunning lodges that are situated on a private concession inside of Kruger National Park. And for me, this is just one of the most special places that we have in South Africa. This map is just giving you a little bit of an indication in terms of access. We do have Skukuza Airport, Hoedspruit Airport. So, you know, there are flights from both Johannesburg and Cape Town flying directly into these airports. We get a lot of self-drive guests. Federal Air does daily scheduled shuttles that would fly in and land in an airstrip close to sort of where you see the word Manyeleti. There's a private airstrip there that we can collect guests from. So access is very easy. The most important thing to remember when booking your clients into our lodges is that because we are inside the Kruger National Park, we have to adhere to the gate closing and opening times. And Kruger has a rule that every guest has to be off the road by the time the gate closes. So if we've got a gate closing summertime of 6 o'clock, your guests would need to be at sort of open gates by sort of 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock at the latest. And Paul Kruger Gate, it would be sort of 3 o'clock at the latest. So that's just an important thing to remember when, you know, booking the transfers, and if you've got self-drive guests, letting them know that they would need to factor those times into their traveling time. Okay, so just a little bit about why would you choose a private concession in the Kruger National Park. Bearing in mind that there are some really stunning reserves and properties that form part of what we call the greater Kruger area. And those reserves are bordering the Kruger National Park with no fences. So what we've got on our concession is we've got 10,000 hectares, which is 100 square kilometers of exclusive safari space. Only our vehicles traverse this area, no other vehicles. So no other concession vehicles, no private vehicles can access our traversing space. We have an extensive road network on the concession. We are permitted to off-road to get closer to the wildlife. And, you know, we are very much centrally located. So we are adjacent to some of the most iconic lodges in the Sabi Sands. There are no fences. So in terms of a game viewing experience, you really couldn't get better than, you know, where we are situated in terms of our concession. I'm going to start with Hamilton's tented camp. Hamilton's is very unique in its look and feel, very much transporting you back to the bygone era of safari. We've only got 6 luxury tented suites at Hamilton's. We offer guests butler-style service. It's small, it's intimate, very romantic, and you know, a great experience for couples. At the moment, we're running some fantastic SA resident specials. We've got our winter campaign that's running from April to August. So offering great value for money because all 3 lodges work on a fully inclusive basis. So each of the rooms, sorry, to go back to that room picture, each of the rooms at Hamilton's has got air conditioning, mosquito nets, and an ensuite bathroom. We've got lovely views from the room decks. All of the rooms are sort of overlooking the bush area. They're spaced apart. They are raised, they're elevated off the ground. You access the rooms on timber walkways. A really unique experience. Okay, in Bali Safari Lodge is our largest lodge on the concession with 12 rooms. In Bali is very classic in its style, works really well for families because we can take children sharing with parents. We take children from the age of 8, but also very popular with couples. They've got their own private plunge pools, which is often a requirement, certainly during the summer months. Like Hamilton's, we work on a fully inclusive basis. You've got your morning and your afternoon safaris. Guests can also book in-room massage treatments at all 3 of the lodges. Fantastic game viewing in our open safari vehicles. In Bali has got a beautiful water hole. You'll see in this picture where those chairs are situated opposite on the opposite bank of the river. There's a water hole where certainly there's a lot of animals that come throughout the day. Hoya Hoya Safari Lodge is our 3rd lodge, also small and intimate with only 6 rooms. Very unique, a lovely offering. And for me, out of all 3 of the lodges, you feel the most sort of in nature, if that's an expression, sorry, when you stay at Hoya Hoya. Both Hoya Hoya and Hamilton's are not fenced. In Bali does have a low electric fence, and that's the reason why at both Hoya and Hamilton's we don't take children under the age of 12. But I love Hoya Hoya. It's unique. It's different. You feel very much at home here, and you've got the most beautiful views from the main guest deck area, swimming pool area, or even if from the deck outside your room. This is the lovely lounge area. The rooms, we've got mosquito nets, we've got air conditioning. We do have ensuite bathroom with a bath and outdoor shower. This is obviously a double bed setup. We can, however, split the beds. The base is not split, but we can make up twin beds with twin linen. But this is what I love about Hoya Hoya. And like I said, out of all 3 of the lodges, you feel the closest to the wildlife staying here. I mean, just sitting there, relaxing, having a sort of drink before the evening starts, and you've got this wonderful herd of elephant that have come to the waterhole opposite the lodge. And this picture, it's not a great picture. It was taken by guests who were staying at Hoya. They just left the lodge for the afternoon safari, and they had taken the road that goes by the waterhole, and they saw these lovely 3 male cheetahs having a bit of a sort of a drink and a relax. And again, to me, it just shows how beautiful the Kruger is and how close you are to the nature when you're staying on the concessions. And hopefully that is what all of us will be doing on Saturday and Sunday, relaxing and just, loving life and being chilled. But thank you so much for everyone's time. I do appreciate it. If anyone's got questions, I think, Philippa, do we have time for questions? I know it's quite a lot of properties.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
I actually have one question to ask as
yes,
well.
Sure.
First of all, lovely presentation. Sure, we've got such a beautiful country. Wow.
We do. Sure. We're very lucky.
Yeah, and I love the pics. I love the presentation. I just want to find out from you with Cliff Top.
Yes.
You mentioned that it's good for honeymooners. Do you also allow children?
Philippa, good question. So our child policy is children from 12 years and older. And it's 2 factors. Our rooms don't accommodate an extra bed, so children would have to take their own room. And we also don't take small children because you can see from that picture, that first picture, the lodge is built sort of on different levels, the guest area. So we don't take younger children at Cliff Top. And that's, I think, what makes it very popular with the couples, is because it's not a family orientated lodge.
Okay, awesome. Does anybody have a question for Kate?
Any
Anybody?
question.
Any question?
Don't be shy.
Can I ask from Johannesburg, how long does it take to get to the Welgevonden area?
So you're looking at about a 3 hour, 3.5, depending if you're hitting sort of traffic out of Pretoria. But yeah, it's only a 3-hour drive.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, and well worth it. It's really is a great experience.
Nice. Any questions, anybody?
And your availability over your March, April time period, have you got a lot of availability at the properties?
Yes, so we've got availability because we've got, I think we've got a lovely long weekend coming up in March, and again 2 in April. We do have availability certainly at Safari Plains. We've still got quite a lot of availability in March. In Kruger we do, Mabula we do, Clifftop the weekends go very quickly, but we have midweek availability as well.
Right, everyone can sell.
Yes. And if I may mention, sorry, I know this is training and not a hard pitch, but we would appreciate any assistance with Safari Plains and Hoya Safari Lodge. For some reason, those are our two sort of children who are sort of falling behind. And, you know, for me personally, and I know one shouldn't have favorites, Hoya is definitely my favorite. I know it was Janice's favorite when she stayed in Kruger for the first time. And I love Safari Plains. I could literally go to Safari Plains once a month. I just, for some reason, it takes all my stress away. So if you've got any guests or whatever that you can sway in those two properties direction, we would really appreciate it.
Awesome, lovely. And I think everyone who has seen the presentation, they've already handpicked 1 or 2 that they'd love to come and visit.
Yes. And as I said, you know, hopefully this year we are on a normal sort of trajectory. So, you know, we will always keep Philippa posted about any educationals. And, you know, we really, I want to just say a big thank you to Thompson's, Philippa, the team, all of your agents that book with you. I don't know what we would have done without the support of our partners, our domestic market partners over this time. We've walked a very long road with Thompson's Holidays, and just a big thank you. We are so appreciative of all of the business that we've received. Thank you.
Thank you, and we appreciate working with you too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Anybody, anything, any questions? Seems like everyone is happy and they don't have any questions.
No,
so
because I think everyone was awake and paying attention, and
so
which
now,
is awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
All we need now is bookings. Book.
Exactly, and it will come. It will come, and you know, it's yeah. I think we're all on the upward path, which is great.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much again, ladies, for the lovely presentation, and thank you to everybody
pleasure.
for joining us. Have yourselves a wonderful day further, and chat to you soon.
Yes, thanks so much, Philippa and Angela, for arranging this. I really so appreciate the opportunity. And, you know, if anyone's got any questions, you know, you're more than welcome to pop either Janice or I a mail or give us a call, you know, and we can, you know, answer anything that you might think about later. You know, it's often only when you're working with a booking that you think of something to ask. But thanks, everyone. Have a great Thursday and a great weekend as well.
Awesome.
Thanks,
you too.
Kate.
Thank
Keep
you
well.
again.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay, then.
Take
Bye,
care.
everybody. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.